What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the JDW SportsTalkShow, where every fan is welcome. In today's episode, we're going to be going through the New England Patriots schedule and just briefly going through the schedule. Just talking about every opponent just a little bit. And let me know what you guys think as I go through. Let me know if there's any games that you disagree with, that you agree with. So let's get into this, right into these predictions. So, week one, they're right at home versus the Miami Dolphins. I think this is a really good matchup for the Patriots. The Dolphins they do have good weapons, but the Patriots have a good secondary. The Patriots can run the ball, which is kind of the Dolphins' weakness on defense. So, I think it's a really good matchup for the New England Patriots. How will Mac Jones play? Cam Newton, whoever's playing, I think they both would be similar quarterbacks week one anyways. Um, maybe Mac Jones has a little more upside, of course, but Cam Newton has that running ability. Mac Jones will have that better passing ability. But I'm going to take the New England Patriots in week one versus the Miami Dolphins. Week two, they travel to New York to face the New York Jets, and I'm going to give them the win week two at the New York Jets as well. So, the Jets are a young team, a lot of talent, but they're a bit too young, but they do have a lot of potential. But the chances that all these young players really sprout up right away are very low. You got to give these young players time to learn. You got to give them time to adjust the game and to adjust their game to the NFL, and that always takes some time. So, and I also think that the New York Jets are just a year or two away from really contending, from really competing. Um, they're just a year or two away. They're a bit of a wild way. So I'm gonna stick with the Patriots here. Week three, they come back home versus New Orleans Saints. Um, I think this is where they hiccup a little bit. Yeah, the New Orleans defense is a bit weak. Yeah, the Patriots defense will probably be able to shut that New Orleans offense down to be able to, at least somewhat limit Alvin Kamara. Um, Michael Thomas will be able to be limited. But I think this is a game where they just hiccup. I think the Patriots are more talented, but I think this is a game where they just hiccup and where all that young talent just struggles together a little bit for the first time. That's always going to happen. I did give them the benefit of the doubt the first 2 weeks versus two division opponents, and now they're going to lose week three at home versus New Orleans Saints. Week four at home versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm also going to have them losing this game because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of the most balanced teams, one of the best balanced teams in the NFL. And I don't think that either of these quarterbacks will be able to handle that pass rush, that secondary, that defense, the defensive looks. I do not think that this New England Patriots team will be able to handle this Tampa Bay team. Tom Brady will come back and beat Bill Belichick and his whole team. Week five, he travels to the Houston Texans or the New England Patriots travel to the Houston Texans, and I think they come out with the win versus the Texans. Not gonna spend too much time on this one. Texans are just kind of a wreck, and I think the Patriots could get a win out of them. Week six, they're at home versus the Dallas Cowboys. This could be a really fun game. The Dallas Cowboys have a really good offense, really good weapons. Dak's coming back. Zeke, all those good wide receivers. Cooper, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and then the offensive line is getting older, and it has been having issues with staying healthy, so that could be a problem, especially by maybe week six. So I think this game could go either way. I think this Patriots secondary can stop or at least limit this Dallas offense, but can the Patriots offense do enough to win, to beat the Dallas Cowboys? I'm not sure, and I think I'm gonna have the Dallas Cowboys taking this one. I think it's regular season. I'm gonna take the offense over the defense in this case. Yeah, I don't usually like to do that. I'm a defensive guy, but this is a situation where I think the offense comes out on top. Week seven, they come back home versus the New York Jets. I say this with the New York Jets. I say they beat them the second time around. Like I said, the Jets are a young team with a lot of potential, just 1 or 2 years out from really competing, really being a good team, or a decent team, a great team. Week eight, they travel all the way out to Los Angeles, and this is going to be a good game as well. But I think that this is a game that the New England Patriots can win. Once again, I think that New England Patriots defense can mess with Justin Herbert, mess with that run game, mess with those receivers. I think the secondary is good with or without Stephon Gilmore. I think that secondary has enough depth. I think that secondary will do just fine. If it has Stephon Gilmore, yay, even better. But if it doesn't, I think they'll still be fine. So I'm gonna go with the New England Patriots in this game. Yeah, the Chargers are really talented. Yeah, the Chargers could put up a lot of points, but I think this Patriots team is gonna, you know, really gel together this game and really, have a good game and come out to win in Los Angeles. Los Angeles. And then they come all the way back to the Eastern Coast to face the Carolina Panthers. Um, I think this is going to be a fun game as well, but I'm going to have the Patriots come out on top in this one. Um, the Panthers have, they're kind of similar to the Jets, if you ask me. They're just a little more along, they have a little more receiver help. They have, some really good defensive players. Their talent is kind of like sporadic. So, I think this is a game that, the Patriots really get the Sam Darnold again. Sam Darnold maybe sees those old ghosts again. But I'm going to take the Patriots in that matchup. Week 10, you're coming back home finally and facing the Cleveland Browns. You're coming back home to a really tough opponent. And I think I'm going to take the Patriots in this game. I think I'm going to take the Patriots. Yeah, this Cleveland Browns team is really freaking good, man. But I think this is one of those games where the Patriots, they really start to be a little bit of themselves again without Tom Brady. That defense, I think, is going to be able to hold Cleveland. They have good secondary. I think the Patriots will be able to stop the run just enough. Even though that run game is lethal, the running backs are extremely lethal. They're really freaking good running backs. I just think that, Cleveland is really good. Yeah, but I think this is a game where the Patriots, the old Patriots of old, come out and they beat, a team that's really hot, a team that's really talented, and they just stun them. I can honestly see that. It wouldn't really surprise me. I mean, not really that it would stun anyone that the Patriots beat another good team, but I think you get what I'm saying. Week 11, they travel to Atlanta and they're playing, of course, the Falcons. I think this could be a really fun game. And this is when I'm going to take the defense over the offense. I think that this defense is going to be able to slow down that Atlanta Falcons offense until the Atlanta Falcons have a run game, have a little better of a run game, until they show me that they have a little better of a run game. I don't know if I can really trust, Matt Ryan be one dimensional, this offense be one dimensional. Yeah, they have a lot of weapons: Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Hayden Hurst, Russell Gage. They have all those weapons, but that offensive line is aging a little bit as well. Um, you know, just a team that I think is kind of coming to a point where they're getting ready to really maybe hit the rebuild button a little bit, but not really. So I think the Patriots are gonna come out with the win here as well. Week 12, they travel home to face the Tennessee Titans. This is going to be a fun game as well. That rematch, Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. Julio Jones, kind of player that was in the mix for the Patriots, so the Patriots might have a little chip on their shoulder, just not just from that, but of course we all know what else happened. But I think this is a game that the Tennessee Titans are going to win again. I think Derrick Henry is going to run just fine on the Patriots defense. I think that AJ Brown and Julio Jones will do just fine. This could definitely be a game where they hiccup, that this team hiccups, and they lose versus the Tennessee Titans at home. Week 13, they travel to Buffalo to face the Buffalo Bills, and on a Monday night game, this can be a good game as well. The Buffalo Bills really talented on offense. On defense, they're still really talented. Just kind of took a little step back last year on defense. Weren't as good as they usually were. A lot of people thought they were going to be that defensive team last year. What are they going to be this year? Is that defense going to come back? And if it does, then this Bills team can definitely be um, a Super Bowl contender. But until I see that defense come back, I'm high in the Bills, but they didn't do too much to improve really. So but I'm still gonna take the Bills in this matchup on the Monday night matchup. I think the Bills are more talented on offense. I just think that the Bills come out to win this one. Week 15 as the Indianapolis Colts. Um, I'm gonna take the Indianapolis Colts in this one. I think the Colts will be able to run the ball. I think the Colts, will be able to pass a little bit. I think that defense will be able to handle um, Mac Jones or Cam Newton, whoever it may be. By now, it is probably going to be Mac Jones, but I also think that Cam Newton is still going to have a running role, that heavy running role. I can definitely see that, but yeah, I think I'm going to take the Colts in this one. They're more well balanced. They're more further along. They're more of a well known team, so I'm going to take the Colts in that one. Week 16. Um, so yeah, the Patriots after three straight losses, not ideal, but now they're going to come home to Buffalo and they're going to beat Buffalo at home. Yeah, sounds a little crazy, but I'm going to take New England in this game. I think that New England defense gets at Josh Allen a little bit. Um, I think the Bills struggled to run again. I think this is just a game where, it's a division game. The Patriots are going to come in and play hard, and I think they're going to beat the Buffalo Bills. Week 17, they're at home again versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is going to be a really fun and good game as well. The Jaguars are a really good team, man. Really good offense. Defense could be a little better, but I think this is a game where, I think that this Patriots team is just a little further along, and by now they're going to be clicking. So I'm going to take the New England Patriots in this matchup versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, they have really good offense, but I'm going to take the New England Patriots. I think I'm going to take their ability to run the ball. I'm going to take their ability to, maybe pass the ball a little bit and play defense. That's a really good formula for winning football, especially in early January, late January, mid January. January, anytime running the ball and good defense is a good winning formula, and that gets it done versus Buffalo and Jacksonville in that little stretch there. Week 18, this could be a really good matchup as well. Miami Dolphins getting that second shot, and will the Dolphins pull it out if the Bills maybe rest? No, this isn't the Bills. This is the New England Patriots. But will the New England Patriots sweep the Miami Dolphins? I'm not sure. I don't really think so. I think, yeah, this is a game where the Patriots could drop. Will they? This is a very tough game to predict, actually. It's just that Miami Dolphins defense. Will Tua be gone by now? I will let Dolphins defense be with Xavier Howard gone all season. A lot of big question marks, and I think I'm leaning towards Miami here. Just with that defense, I think that's going to overwhelm that offense a bit. Yeah, the Patriots will be able to run them a little bit, but I think that the Miami defense is going to slow them out enough, and I think that offense is going to score just enough to get by the New England Patriots in Week 18. So that's all I got for you guys today in this predictions episode of the New England Patriots. Plenty more predictions coming up in the future. This is the last team for the AFC East. We're going to move on to the AFC West or the AFC North next, so let me know what you guys think of my record predictions, and that's going to be it for today's video. So I thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And as always, I will catch you next time.